Hi, good evening. Welcome then to our class today. We're going to start with our lesson 21, which is urban decay, suburban health. And we're going to start with some vocabulary regarding some collocations. So it says, let's read the example or the instruction here. It says, add these nouns to their partner nouns in the categories below. An example is given. Try to use them in the speaking task. In a moment, we're going to practice our speaking part number 2 for today. And but before that, I want for us to review a little bit of these collocations. So we have here art, community, congestion, construction, property, residence, road, rubbish, shopping, street, and traffic. And what I want is for you to try to collocate these words into these. For example, regarding buildings, leisure facilities, services, and transport, I want for you to collocate this information. So I'm going to give you some minutes for you to do this part, and we will check it in a moment. So let's work with this right now. Okay, Andres. Well, let's start very quick with this part, which is I want for you to collocate these vocabulary words. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Please collocate these words because in a moment in the speaking part that we're going to practice, I want for you to use these collocations. So if you see here, we have different words are community, congestion, construction, prosperity, residence, road, rubbish, shopping, street, traffic. And what I want is for you to try to collocate these words
Okay.
regarding buildings, leisure facilities, services, and transport. So maybe I can give you some minutes, maybe 2 minutes for you to do this part, and we will
Okay.
check it right away, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So go ahead.
Mm,
Almost ready?
yeah.
Yes? Okay, let's
Um,
check it. Let's check it.
okay.
Okay, we have for the okay the this one here will be property value.
Um, property.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Then for this one we have construction work.
mm, construction work.
Then for this one will be art gallery,
Yep.
shopping mall,
Yep.
and yeah, you can put shopping mall or also for this center will be you can also put shopping center or community center. So these can have two different words. You can collocate them in two different ways.
Okay.
Then regarding services, we have rubbish collection.
Yep.
Then we have road maintenance.
Road.
Uh-huh. And
Mm-hmm.
then for this one, we have street lighting.
Street.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then for transport, we have traffic jam,
Yep.
congestion charge,
Congestion.
and residence parking.
Residence.
Uh-huh. So this is a good vocabulary that you can use, for example, in this speaking part that we're going to start right now. Okay. So it says here, follow the instructions below working in pairs. Time yourselves. So remember that for this part, we have, first of all, we have 1 minute, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have 20 seconds for the other part. So I'm going to time you, and okay, 1 minute for this one. Jose says, compare the photographs and talk about the advantages and disadvantages of living in each neighborhood. 1 minute. Okay, so let's start. Go ahead.
Okay. In the picture number one, I see apartments, flats. There are a lot of flats in the building. And the second one, there's a neighborhood, a neighborhood. And the number picture in the picture number one, the people live closer than the number two. And in the number two, you can there are more nature than the number one. And I think that one advantage of living in the picture number one, I think that it would be uh, the people don't have to 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 walk a long distance to go to the other place. And the advantage of number two would be if you have a car, you can have a garage. And a
Thank you.
disadvantage,
Thank you. Okay, very good, Jose. Very good. You give some comparisons and you answer the questions. That's very good. Now, 20 seconds to answer this one. Say which neighborhood you would prefer to live in. 20 seconds, go.
okay, I prefer to live in the neighborhood number two, because I think you have more space. And if you want to to buy a car, you can have a garage in which uh, you can put the
Thank you.
car.
Okay. Well, yes, I mean, 20 seconds is it's a very short time, right? But It's okay. I mean, try to just go straight to the point, and that's it. But you did it good. You did it good. Jose, in a moment when we finish this class, I'm going to send you this listening part so
Okay,
that
okay,
I'm going to send you the picture and also the audio with the answers so that you can check it, okay? And do this is one of the most difficult parts, right? Because remember that part is when you need to try to write the word depending on what they say. So I think that this is one of the most difficult parts of the listening. So please try to do it so that we can try to practice that part, which is one of the most difficult, right? So
okay.
so we're gonna do that in a moment. Okay, let's since we are in the speaking part, let's continue with that speaking, just answering these questions. He says there are both good and bad examples of modern. Let me see. No, this is not the one. Sorry, let me check here. Well, let's start with this. Let's read here because we're going to practice a little bit of part four of the speaking part. Remember that, Jose? I don't know if you remember that part three. It's the one that they put us a chart, and depending on that, we need to talk about the different options. Remember, and we need to
Mhm.
choose like the best two or the least two. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after that, there's part four. Part four is going to be always about the topic is going to be always the same topic of part three. If in part three we're talking about ways of communication, then part four is going to be related to communication. Okay, so sometimes in that part four, we need to just discuss about all that we have been talking about, and so there are some expressions that we can practice over here for that part number four. So let's just read this very quick. This part where it says in part four, the exam spot. So it says in part four, you need to respond to the examiner's questions by giving an extended answer. So this is very important. In this part of four, we need to give long answers. Uh, that is relevant and shows your language range. You should also listen to the other candidate and be sensitive to their ideas. So it's very important for you to give some feedback regarding on
Okay.
what your partner is saying in this part four. Actually, the interviewer is going always to ask you, so what do you think about what he's saying, or do you agree about what that person is saying? So that's why I'm always telling you guys that you need to be very focused on what the other person is saying because they will ask you their opinion. Okay, because sometimes if we are too nervous and we're just thinking about ourselves and we're not even listening to the other person, then we can get in trouble, right? So it's very very important for us to do this. I mean, to give some feedback on whatever the other person is saying. So let's just review these expressions very quick. It says to involve someone in the discussion, or
Mhm.
well, it says say whether this purpose of these expressions is. So if you want to involve someone in the discussion is, for example, if you're just talking
Mm.
with your partner in this conversation part and you want to involve somebody,
I would say, what about you?
uh-huh, okay, that's a good expression, because remember that if the other person is very nervous and that person doesn't even
Mhm.
talk, then and you are out of words, well, you can ask him a question. So what do you think? I mean, all those kind of things are very important. To encourage
Mhm.
someone to be quiet.
Mhm. Courage.
What was that?
Which meaning of quiet?
Callado. So, for example, if the other person is just talking and talking and talking, so you want to politely, how can you say to that
Mhm.
person, be quiet.
Mm, I can say, okay, I agree with you, but I think that, or no.
Well, for example, you can say, let me see. Yes, you can say, yes, I totally agree with you, but, right? Or however, so those are
Hmm.
that politely, right? Because you're not going to say, hey, shut up, right? So you say, hey, yes, but it's remember, it's very important if the other person keeps on talking, you need to definitely interrupt that person, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
That's something that is very important for us to check. To support what someone is saying, you know what the word support is?
Mm, Apoyar.
Uh-huh, correct.
Okay. In that case, I can say I agree with you. I think it is very important because talking about that.
Okay. Yes. You can in a moment we're going to just to do like some matching with some phrases that Cambridge give us, but I really want for you to start, making your own sentences. But that's okay. Yeah, or you can say yes. I totally agree, right? And on you on what you're saying. I mean, this is something that's very important, and we're going to face it on that speaking test. We're going to definitely face these problems or these situations. We don't know exactly who's going to be our partner, right? So that's why it's very important. But sorry, try to match these. For example, if to involve someone in discussion, which of these will you choose? So you might repeat them, right? Of course. So try to put here one, two, or three. Which one of these do you think will be the phrases that you could be using for your different expressions?
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready, right?
Okay. Finish.
Okay, let's check the answers.
Okay.
Which one do you put for A?
Two.
Correct. B.
1,
Perfect. C,
2,
1.
1,
D.
1,
Well, yes, but it
2.
recommends for you not to use it because it's too how can we say, like, you know what rubbish is, right? Basura. So this Cambridge doesn't recommend it for you to use it at all. Okay, I don't know why they include that. Okay, E.
3,
F.
3,
2.
2,
G.
1,
1. And H.
2,
They say 3.
3.
Okay. So this is very, very important for us to be able to use it in part 4. Mostly it's on part 4 that these phrases or these expressions will definitely be helpful for us. And also, if we use this type of vocabulary, they will, I mean, that will be good for our points, right? And that will increase our punctuation. Okay. So that's why it's
Okay.
very, very important for us to do this part. Okay. Okay, let's very quick. Let's go to a very, very small part today of the grammar part. Do you remember in general, Jose, the conditionals?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it was 0, first, second, and third. You remember that?
Yep.
Okay.
So.
So let me see if I can maybe just find very quick the conditionals chart. Let's see here. Let's see if okay. So just for us to remind a little bit in general, remember that we have the zero conditional, right? Which is if, present, and present. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. So remember, this one is for you to be able to talk about real things. Do you remember that one?
Sorry.
Do you remember this zero conditional?
Yeah.
Okay. So could you give me just very quick an example of this zero conditional?
Yeah. Okay. If, um, let me see.
It will be something that is real, right? So you say like a fact. Most of the time, it's like a fact, right? And it's present.
Okay.
Using if, of course, right? You can say if. For example, you can say if you don't study for the test, you fail, right?
Okay.
Or something like that, like something that is true.
Okay. If you do exercise, you could be in good shape.
Okay, but remember it's present. So you can say if you do exercises, you can say you have good health, for example. Okay, because it is
Okay.
present. Remember that. Okay, so that would be the zero. First conditional is still simple present, will, and infinitive. Now, so it's just for possibility for the future, right? So if I say if it rains tomorrow, we'll go to the cinema. Can you give me a very quick example of the first one?
Um, if you go back earlier, you you will get up. Um, you get up
Yes, that's
at
correct.
5 o'clock.
Okay, okay. Very good. It's just something present, future, right? Second conditional is if past would plus infinitive, right? So it's most of the times remember it's like for us to dream about things, right? So if I had a lot of money, I would travel around the world. So can you give me a very quick example for that?
If I had saved enough money, I will buy the new the new the new cell phone.
Perfect. And the third condition, remember, is when we already did something and we are regretting about that, we do that sometimes, right? So if that's say with the third condition, we use had, well, sorry, past perfect plus would have past participle, right? So this example, if I had gone to bed early, I would have caught the train. Can you give me a very quick example for this one?
If I have done my homework, I will have paged the exam, the text. Sorry.
Correct. That's also correct. So I mean, these are in general the conditionals, right? So we're going to see that some sentences that we use are mixed conditionals. Okay. So for example, we're going to mix the second conditional with the third conditional. Okay. So for example, so it says, yeah, we already know that the second conditional is if past tense would could or should, right? With the third form. So, for example, if I say if I weren't so busy all the time, I could have come alone. So again, I'm mixing second with third, so it will be past tense plus would or might or could or should or
Mhm.
shouldn't, right? So this is used when I change in a present situation. Yeah, when I change in a present situation will have effect in the past.
Okay.
So again, if I weren't so busy all the time, I could have come alone. So you are saying that I mean that something in the past
Mhm.
is that you were busy, right? And so the present situation is that you didn't do something. So for example, you can say, well, if I had uh, if I had studied, well, if I yeah if I had studied I could have gotten a better grade, right? So it's talking about something in the past that is affecting the grade of your test in the present. Okay. So
I
in
can
this
say
case, yes, go ahead.
if I have saved enough money, I could have bought the new video game.
Correct. Correct. Perfect. So that's the example for that. Okay, that's perfect. Then we have if. So now we're going to combine the third with the second. First we did the second and the third. Now third first and then second. I know it's kind of weird this situation, but we have here if past perfect tense with would and might. So again, if I say if you had told me about the skiing trip, I would be there with you now. So this is used when a change in a past situation will have caused a different present situation. So you are supposing things. For example, if you had told me about the ski trip, I will be there with you now. So it's just it's a possibility uh, that that didn't happen or is not real, but it was a change in. I mean, it's a possibility in the present that depends on that past situation. I don't know if this is clear.
A little bit.
A little bit. For example, yes, if you say, well, if you, this is the example, if you had told me about the skiing trip, I
Mhm,
would be there with you now. So
mhm.
it's something past that would have caused a different present situation. So the real present situation is that that person is not with that person right now,
Okay.
but you
I,
are
I
supposing.
I would say, okay. I would say if I had knew about the concert, I would buy the ticket tonight.
Perfect, perfect, excellent.
Okay.
Because the real present is that you don't have those concert tickets, right?
Yeah.
But you are supposing about things that could be possible in some past. So
Okay. Okay.
very good. Remember that these mixed conditionals, the ones that I don't know, did you see the last class?
I couldn't.
You could, okay. Well, if you could have time, please do it because we saw also some other, we saw complex sentences. So mixed
Okay.
conditionals, the regular conditionals, the relative clauses, and these mixed conditionals are very important for our writing part. And if you include
Okay.
these type of sentences, we will also have some extra points, okay, regarding
Yeah.
this part. So it's very, very important for us to have this in mind. Okay, coming back here very quick to our book. Let me just go here. Let me see. Okay, I will. I don't know if you can see this, but let's see. There's one that you need to match. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, this is the one. But I don't know if you can see it there. Is it too small to see here? Was it for you?
Yeah.
It is, right? Yeah, I wanted for you to match these. Let me see if we can see what I can do here. Well, I can't. I'm going to send it to you in a picture because I want for you to match those mixed conditionals. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do in this part. Yeah, you see these conditionals. They are
Mhm.
separated. So I'm going to send you those pictures. I'm going to send these sentences A to F, and you need to match them with 1 and 6. Okay,
Okay.
so that we can practice a little bit of these mixed conditionals that are very important for us to that. Okay, it says here, discuss the impact of these problems on a city and its inhabitants. Try to use the sentence openers from for and different conditional structures. So I just want for you to choose one of these options. I just want for you to choose some of these four options, and I want for you to talk a little bit about that regarding your city, right? So
Okay, okay.
just choose one, and we're gonna pretend that this is part three of the speaking test. So I would like for you to talk for at least 2 minutes regarding whatever topic you want to choose for regarding your city, some problems in your city. Okay, so so you can choose whatever topic you want, and once you're ready, tell me your topic, and you will have 2 minutes for you to talk. Okay,
I have to talk for at least 2 minutes.
correct.
Mm,
But just choose one topic.
okay. Then dangerous levels of pollution.
Okay, uh, go ahead.
Okay, I think that this is a very common problem in the big cities because I think that the people don't like to recycle, or they don't like to sep- to separate the the garbage. I think they throw the rubbish in the streets, and they don't like to use it, the plastic bags or bottles. And I think these rubbish are most of the times are putting in the streets. They are throw for example, cans or bottles of glasses, or or I don't know, paper, and they don't like to recycle them. And for this, I think there are more and more rubbish in the streets. If the people were so more, if the people were more responsible, and they and if they try to to recycle or reuse that garbage, I think that that problem can be uh, like like it is nowadays. I think that the people should should be more 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 responsible, and try to give them more than one use, or try to use it
Thank you.
in activities.
Okay, very good. Wasn't it? Very good. Just also, I just want to point something for you that is very important, that is going to help you a lot, and is this word litter. Okay, litter.
Leader.
Litter is just trash in the street. You can see it here.
Leader.
So whenever we're talking about a lot of garbage in the street or in a neighborhood, we can just say litter.
Leader. Want to write it
Write
down?
it down, please, because it's very important for us to have it and for you to memorize it. And if you're talking about trash in the city, right? What all the trash that we see in the streets, we can just say litter. So it's very important for us to
Right.
know that. And this is going to
Okay.
help you a lot for your test.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, okay, okay, but the rest of it was good. I did it a little bit more difficult for you, but that's what we are
Yeah.
trying to do things here a little bit more difficult than what the test tells us, right? Uh, okay, for also for you. Well, I don't know. Can you do this just this part very quick? Can you see it?
Hmm.
Let's do this part for us to practice part one of the test, And we're going to finish with this other part to practice part 3 of the test. And I will just give you the homework, and that will be it. But let's just
Okay.
practice part 1 of the test, which is this one, and then we're gonna go to part 8. So let's do this part first, okay? Choosing A, B, C, or D. For number 1, you start here, okay? Because the number 0 is already here, is choose.
Okay.
So we're gonna start here in number 1 with these, with over here, A, B, C, or D over here, okay? So let's work on that right now.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, give me a minute. Part 8, I have to do.
Well, not yet. You
Okay.
yeah. Did you finish part this part?
Yeah.
Okay, let's check it. Okay. Uh, okay, number one is C as in Charlie.
Yeah.
Number two, C as in Charlie.
I put B.
Okay. Number three, B as in boy.
Yeah.
Number four, A as in apple.
Yeah.
Number five, D as in David.
Yeah.
Number six, A as in apple.
Okay.
Number seven, C as in Charlie.
Okay.
And number eight, B as in boy.
Okay.
How many correct?
6 correct.
Okay, you're doing good on that part. That's good. And now just for us to work a little bit with the uh, uh, prefix re. If we put, for example, here will be rebuild, right? We'd consider reconsider, regenerate, reopen,
Re-
repay. Believe it or not, we can say repay. Okay.
Pay.
Yeah. Repossess and rewrite. So these are prefixes that we can use on part three. Remember, we need to put sometimes a suffix or
Mhm.
prefix. So with these words, we can use the prefix re. So let's try to see if you can, using these words with re, with the prefix re, let's see if you can try to fill out the blanks with the right word, with the right vocabulary. Okay, let's
Okay.
work on that for just 2 minutes to see if you can do it, okay?
I finish.
Okay, let's check it right away. Okay, which word do you put in letter A?
Rebuild.
Well, for that one will be regenerated.
Ah,
Regenerated. In B,
reopen.
well, for that one will be rebuilt or reconstructed. So you can use those two over here.
Okay.
In C,
Reconsider.
that will be reopening.
Oh,
And in D,
repay.
that will be reconsider.
No.
Yeah, well, it's very important for us to maybe look for the meaning of these words so that we can be
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more clear regarding I mean, how to use them. Okay. Okay, let's just for homework. I'm going to send you this on a picture because it's very important for us to practice this part. Remember when they tells us four different people, and we need to know. This is the last part 7 of the reading use of English test, and we just need to put here the letter that which person, for example, choose a card that disappointed a family member. So you need to just choose this from this page. So I will send you this part and the answers also, so that you can also check it. Please try to read the advice that they give us for this part number 7 of the test. Okay, Jose, so that you can
Okay.
get it a little bit more clear. So that will be it for today. Uh,
Okay.
so hopefully I'll see you then next Monday.
Yeah, yes. Sure.
Okay, bye, Jose.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.